Kevin Nelson. Here's a look at what's going on this week in the news. We begin with news from around the world. Georgian Orthodox Patriarch Ilya II greeted Pope Francis when he arrived at the Tbilisi airport September 30th and welcomed him to the Patriarchal Palace after the Pope's meeting with the Georgian president. The Pope was in the region over the weekend and also visited Azerbaijan. Walking into the meeting hall at the Patriarchate, Pope Francis helped the 83-year-old Patriarch, who moves with great difficulty because of Parkinson's disease. In the Patriarch's remarks, he said that while the world has experienced progress in many ways, humanity has taken steps backward in spirituality, in belief in God. The Patriarch spoke warmly of Catholic Orthodox dialogue and practical cooperation, and he welcomed the Pope, saying this is truly a historic visit. May God bless our two churches. While the Georgian Patriarch traces its origin to the preaching of the Apostle Andrew, the Church of Rome was founded by the Apostle Peter. Pope Francis noted the two apostles were brothers, and the churches they founded are given the grace to renew today, in the name of Christ and to his glory, the beauty of apostolic fraternity. Catholic News Service has more of the Pope's words at the meeting.
Con la pace e il perdono siamo chiamati a vincere i nostri veri nemici, che non sono di carne e di sangue, ma sono gli spiriti del male, fuori e dentro di noi. Questa terra benedetta è ricca di valorosi eroi, secondo il Vangelo, che come San Giorgio hanno saputo sconfiggere il male. Penso a tanti monaci e in modo particolare ai numerosi martiri, la cui vita ha trionfato con la fede e la pazienza. È passata nel torchio del dolore, restando unita al Signore, e ha così portato un frutto pasquale, irrigando il suolo georgiano di sangue versato per amore. La loro intercessione dia sollievo ai tanti cristiani che ancora oggi nel mondo soffrono persecuzioni e oltraggi, e rafforzi in noi il buon desiderio di essere fraternalmente uniti per annunciare il Vangelo della pace.
While in Georgia, the Pope also visited a Chaldean Catholic church and visited with Patriarch Louis Sacco. After his visit to Georgia, the Pope next visited Azerbaijan. There he met with the president, government officials, and representatives of civic institutions. He stopped at the only Catholic church in the predominantly Shiite Muslim country, and he also visited with the country's religious leaders at the mosque in Baku. More news from the Pope's trip flying back to Rome on October 2nd. Pope Francis, as he has traditionally done, talked with reporters on the plane and answered numerous questions. Among the questions asked was how the Pope would provide pastoral care to a person who felt his or her sexuality did not correspond to his or her biology. The Pope said these people need to be accompanied like Jesus would accompany them. The Pope did say that he condemned the indoctrination of gender theory, teaching small children that no matter their biological sex, they can choose their gender. The Pope closed his remarks on this topic by saying that transgenderism was a human problem, a moral problem that must be resolved the best one can, always with the mercy of God, with the truth, and with an open heart. The Pope was also asked by a reporter what U.S. Catholics should do in a presidential election where both candidates hold some positions contrary to church teaching. The Pope said that Catholics facing difficult political choices must study the issues, pray about the election, and then vote according to their consciences. And finally in the news, speaking of the election, a recent poll by the Pew Research Center looked at religion in the United States. One report discusses the numbers and the influence that religion may or may not have in the U.S. race for president.
The U.S. elections are quickly approaching. While matters of importance seem to be fluctuating, a common question is whether or not religion has a tangible impact on the issues that matter to voters. According to a Pew Research Center survey, the United States is one of the most religious countries, which may not be such good news with the candidates at hand.
More than 50% of the population in the U.S. prays every day. More than 23% of the population prays once a week, and 23% does not pray. Now, if you compare those statistics with other countries in the developed world, the United States is an exception.
As a comparison, only 27% of the citizens of Italy, where the Pope himself resides, believe religion plays an important role in their life. This importance is heightened when times of personal or social crisis arise, such as divorce or death in the family, or economic recession and war.
This tells a lot about the individual relevance of religion, so the spiritual relevance, but also the political relevance, because religion is politics. Religion has a political impact. People say people that go to church then also go to vote.
If religion and politics are so closely linked, the political candidates' actions do not seem to match up to the standards churchgoers have for the average everyday Christian.
If you look at the candidates that are today racing in the US presidential elections, you don't see religion being very relevant for those two candidates, both for Donald Trump and Hillary Clinton. Religion doesn't seem to be a strong feature.
Despite this, studies have shown that the more national per capita income grows, the less important religion is in the life of people and in politics in general. However, this does not seem to be the case based on this particular study, stating 73% of Americans pray at least once a week. While the direct cause of this disconnect between those who pray and the political candidates is not known, it is being displayed in the 2016 election, both amongst the candidates and the hatred and chaos spread throughout the country as a whole.
And that is all the information we have here this time. Everyone else, and don't forget, you can keep up to date on Catholic news throughout the week with Catholic Newsbreak right here on the Catholic TV network.